Hello, sis. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Queen Awa, good morning from your end, and good afternoon from your end. So we just give few minutes. Um, let's see, hopefully they hear me. Okay, we just dey give few minutes for see whether they join. Today I think the program we want to see how people for make like people then join the program. If this is not something we people are interested in, I will share a link we then will just use na their phone. They come live, join me, give them your take on waiting really they go on right now. Now we country. As we all know right now, the country they in another problem where it feels where we say it's like we own one thing, then the next, one thing, then the next. So I just want to see how possible, or somebody can choose for call now the WhatsApp line if you know one for can live now the live stream, but I can able for share definitely the link if you're interested for make you go click on them for make you go enter the program and give your own discussion virtually, or you can just call the WhatsApp line where we get now with Facebook page. So that's now one recommendation or one suggestion, or people that can just try for comment and we will read out the comments then also. Currently we all know say Sierra Leone right now there's a big thing where they go on our country where I will bring that the screen, where the rain don't come, you don't get mudslide, you don't get host them, people them gravels, we then get for try for rescue people them, on this particular place where now the around Klein Town and looking like a community where it be say it's very, very sad for even take a look at waiting really they happen now we country. Sierra Leone, we get a lot of things and where we need for really try and see law put measures them in place for make sure say we keep people then safe and how people then self will listen because this now a collective effort where we feel say everybody get a role for play now. So people them citizens then get their own role for play as well as government gets a role for play. Now both side, and if we can work together, I believe say we can avoid some of them disasters there. We know not to man-made disaster only, now a natural one where for the expect for happen during raining season. But if we create systems and now the country, it can really help in how we can avoid things like that. Welcome and good morning, Queen Awa, for joining me, and also, they say welcome to friends and family, from, whether either around the world, wherever you are, so we'll just try for share the link. And if you not share it, let's share. We'll try for the share, the program. Sierra Leone. Uh, Family them now it's small as I dey try for share some of the link at different side them. When I say feel free for share, welcome to the program. Happy for seeing you all today. And this now a big one. Now we country Sierra Leone, and we believe say we for try for see how we go disseminate the information and talk about solutions them we for do sure say we country Sierra Leone, this problem where they happen, these constant issues then where they happen, there's a way to, remedy then situations then are so because it's very tough and it's sad for we people them follow when they see something like this they happen in the country, you know. Okay, I don't know before go there. If we get issue with people them for connect, Ian, welcome. Queen our land that we love indeed, you know. It's a tough moment for we all right now. Just so that people then go can see waiting really they go on right now in a Freetown, Sierra Leone. Because today we program that for focus entirely on this discovery. Hmm. Do some coverages them we get for deal with the weather in the country. So again, as we dey watch na the screen, that na water we don't flop people dem host, we get people dem we don't lost then life, because of this mudslide or this heavy rain we can happen na this community also. And as this now the biggest thing right now when they go on, I know say we discover it today go most likely focus on this particular program, this one. And with that, the one them already join we. I want to welcome on all, and at the same time, I want to say, if possible, we can able for connect people them for come online and talk on this issue and give recommendations them to we leaders them to we people then now we can't give alone because I don't feel say this now one person no more get the problem. I believe say the people then now the community also get some role for play now so for make sure say they keep themselves safe, from this type of disaster we can happen in our country. Welcome, Queen Awa, welcome Ian, and welcome Kumbatawali for joining we. Definitely land that we love. They come up from Queen Awa. And Queen in this remind we one time actually don't talk about multiple times for let's see how we will talk about things and we get for deal with climate change. And this now the biggest thing now we country waking always affect we as a nation, you know. This has nothing to do with any other stuff. If we see around the globe, we see same similar issues then they happen. But the good thing with that measures then they in place, Kumbari say, hello everyone, and people them now no get suicide for go because why? Maybe government not put measures them in place for make sure say the communities them they can ban them kind communities there. Now they first I want to start because where say we don't experience similar things them from they happen over the years. What thing we supposed to do as a nation, what you supposed to do as government, or as citizens them, avoid them type of areas there. So because if you don't do that, I believe say they really endanger your own life, and it put a lot of pressure on the nation for ensure say like or how we go protect citizens them. And with that being said, I believe say the major thing now, so the government and the people that were in charge of we land and properties then at the nation get for make sure say then put measures them when now go for make sure say we drainage system at the country it's well taken care of the land, and then when they sell people then they go and say now me get this land and go build a place we're not conducive, we're not correct, where water come, they don't cut all the trees them wait for block some heavy flooding them, they see that they happen, and we can always talk about this illegal timber and all these other stuff them now things them where they affect the country, right? And if you go now to that country, they see say okay this they happen, they can find ways, then they get a national disaster management team, the FEMA like American has, so a federal agency where they take care of disasters them. So waiting are we own things and where we put in place for ensure say things like this not they happen. Queen Hour starts for say, as a nation, we are not prepared for a bigger problem. No, we are not prepared for a bigger problem. We need to learn as citizens, previous governments or previous leaders, and not to learn from the previous administration for see the mistakes them where they make, how they will go about for ensure say they can't hear so not happen. Now we can't and then another comment then come back where say I draw my conclusion from what Rain is also doing in Australia, who are far prepared, right? They are far prepared. We know about that. In that part of the world for say themselves can experience something like this. And like we say, and at the beginning of this program, we know say this is not a collective role and responsibility from both government as well as from citizens them, and see how we can manage and avoid them kind here from happening in our country, Sierra Leone, as we see, waiting don't happen. Some video clips then come to me, I will share them. We go through them, and so that we will discuss on how we go give recommendations, suggestions, solutions. At this point, we want for draw solutions, want for see waiting, we will talk, to we government, to we leaders, them for let them come on board and try for be strict on them kind environment there. So for the people them, some man not understand the gravity of waiting they at stake. You life they at stake. And that's not something where I really want to say. I will tell people them, we life then they at stake if we go live now a community where they're not well, approved. Government need for approved land for let people them build it. That it's just like if you didn't have your family, certain things, and they get to put rules and regulations them in place, in place so that people them go understand say it's not right for let you live in a so community. This not to waiting anybody for go through at this point. Again, Salone, sometimes I say we need the land. So combine they say it is really sad for our country. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. Amen. Yes, sis, we want to join you in that message for Sailor. We continue for pray, Lord, see how we people them go stay, safe, and at the same time, let God forgive the one that already don't lost their life, and for hope and pray say this not will continue for happen now we country, because this not to the first time. We know that. We know say this not to the first time. And August now the month this way all the time. Now the month this way we experience the heaviest rain in the country. Waiting are some of the things and where we can do for avoid similar issues them from happening. I think let that be the discussion for we today after we I don't play them clips them. and then clips them because not to a direct clip from we own camera. We want for say we get for mute the sound just because of that, but the video go play, right? With the video they play, because the noise then at the background and all that, it's just devastating. I get like about 4 clips then we can to me where I feel say I just want for share that this not just a picture we come in, and I just they start the program. As soon as see we just go right into the program today. We not being see no need for any other stuff, but now we take them from the top. And as we get few people them they join, we go through the comments them again, and there way we can discuss. And before we go to the intro of the program, I just want to remind viewers them, if you feel say you want to join me live na this program today, make I know, we can share the link. You come in, or if you want to give a call and give your voice, na the program. I think important today we want to send messages them, recommendations them, and solutions them, where people then will come and then join this program. Yeah, so live. That's not being the intro for this program, and I want for just share this other video we come in. I mean, we I be say I will share, and so that we will get a playing field for a discussion. With that being said, Sierra Leone need to run very fast to catch up. Yes, indeed, they come from Queen Awa, and our land. Our leaders need to do their jobs simple. These are the things we need our government to come strong. And I want to agree, say leaders then get their own role for play, we then self go able for do their own. And at the same time, we brothers and sisters, we auntie them, we uncle them, all the one them we can choose for go live in a community like that. Self get for begin they know, say, what, government get for put measures them in place, then for abide to those measures, not to stand, not to stand in the way of your citizenship, your citizens from demonstration, fix the issues. That's now based on the fact, say, people then they try for demonstrate for say this now we constraints them, this now this now they go on with we really want for see how best governments will say, what, feel free for demonstrate, tell we what in your problems, tell we what you want for law we change, then law we see how best we go for change then kind of thing. Then they, and with that, if we can able for work peacefully, if we can able for work peacefully, trust me, the country Sierra Leone it go forward. Meaning not feel offended when a citizen decide for come and say, what, oh, I want for demonstrate, I want for do so thing, then you feel offended, you feel intimidated, you feel like say the one can't take you leadership role in your hand. Where we say that's not to the case. The point the citizen they try for say to you, this not problem what they face right now. Law will tell you see now this they go on, because what will go around or every side, every community for find out really what they go on. If the ground dry, if the bread and butter issue not solved, all that other stuff, then allow the citizen and talk. Let them talk, let them give recommendations, let them give solutions them. But with that being said, the systems then for come, the leadership get for day, where it come to how we go avoid issues like this, where it come to the mudslide, the flooding, the drainage systems, the evacuation of things them, where it come to, raining seasons, or even with land and properties then at the country. We face issues in those areas, and we believe say government get a key role for play. We know they say now the government no more because the people them back Kanga is. Lord be honest and Lord be factual. Because if this don't happen, about how many years ago, where the other president or administration been there, where we get so many lives them being lost that time day, we for land say, where rain come, it come heavy. Now natural forces them they come, not to or just somebody go to a water and gone, right? But now forces then they come with wind, with trees then they don't cut everything. So we get for land say this not to a place for make we live, this not to a place for make we stay. Look at the number of water. Now host then they don't bury inside the water. So the drainage not correct. Now we country, the system is poor. And the other thing here when me they see people then they tway dirty where they come because this don't happen now as a high witness. I just entered a Freetown, on this was like last year, sometime December. Just entered a Freetown. Rain they come right in front of we Antana Street, Poti, where Usami go up. People then they trade dirty from up the hill all the way take and down. Now we almost they force na the street. So the entire place I take footages them, I send them to the FCC, and then I say, you know what, this not correct. And I mean, they hope say there's going to be a media coverage for cover, the program that ending. But before you know it, trust me, that message or that video I sent, then come the next morning, then clean the gutter, and then that water they begin to flow back. So the cleaning system for the happen. People then need for stop for the trade dirty inside the gutter because I believe they're doing that. They help we country at all. Then as they go on, like this, we don't talk about this particular one, and it is so frustrating to us who are doing our bits to help the nation to move forward. Absolutely. If you try, you want to see good things that will happen at your country, then you see them kind of they happen, they make you sad, says Queen Awa. It really discourage you in how you want to come in and help with the country in development when there is no structures. Things like this happen, right? We not get the structure, we not get the way for say, certain areas then they get for dig, the drainage system to the point where will come and flood the community. So that system they if we come from the Ministry of Lands and Property in our country, government need for assign certain people them to their job. If somebody they doing job right, I would definitely say, because they do your job right, you either terminate the person appointment or you tell them, say, fit na this role, let somebody else handle them. If somebody else handle the problem, it make it easy for that way they follow we go. Not just say because, this na me own country, I want let them give me this position there. So when they give me this position, then let me back say me na the Minister of Lands or Minister of Mines or Minister of roads and bridges or what not, all these different things. You can take a role, but if you're not able to function at the goal, not do the country injustice. Because I feel say sometimes people are doing our nation injustice. You take an appointment where say you not qualify, you not get one experience for even the day, right? So please, government, we know say this one not to una no more. We dey beg me in general, and I also today now that's not the first thing where I want for begin with. Say, you know what, the one they always you appoint where they do well, pull their commodity if they need to do well, let you put the right people them with the qualifications them, and talk to other countries them, talk to other leaders them in how we can able to prevent certain things like this from happening in our country, Sierra Leone. The comments go on, doctor, this is the issue of the government not doing the right thing. If people know the way, if the people that, like, what did they say? If people know that they cannot bribe, thought they will not live in such places. Yeah, so then again, counter with system of corruption. Right? If people and they continue for the bribe the system, then then they go get land them where they're not paid for at all. So me not see why people them for even say they want to live now then kind place then also. Then kind of place they're not correct, not right, not safe for you, your life. You know, take America for example. Citizens can not try it because the system is in place. You know, corruption is there every side, but in this particular side, it never happen. I will tell you why it never happen. Where sometimes like you want for build certain things them in a certain community. I want for take who say at the work for example. Then one can build like one of the building there and they feel say they know they use them because they don't build new buildings them. Then get enough room for either lease them out to the city or whatnot. So then one can build a, you know, like then prison people then wait if they're sick, like then kind of hospital, say then go day. You know, like some kind of like jail or something, or prison, a small prison system inside a campus. The people that they live now, the community come out, write a petition, say, let we talk to the mayor of New York, let we talk to the CEO or the senior vice president of the hospital for condemn them kind of act. Then they say they will build such things then in that community. So now the voice of the people there most of the time now they see they stand out. Because if you want for continue for be in politics, like people then continue for vote for you, trust me, they listen to the people them now your community. Otherwise, the next time that they pull you commodity. Now that I don't see they happen. You know, they come from Queen Hour, from Aussie land. You know, indeed, no drainage system in Sierra Leone. They come from Tina, KID-AFAN Sheriff. Thank you for all that contribution they Queen for waiting on give so far. And also, this one self they come from Queen. They say, what have they done about the fake degrees going around? They are silent about things that will kill, right? Is and stand strong for things that affect them. Yeah. I agree with that too. They don't talk about those things. So they only talk about what in them feel say they want to talk about. Why we not go take a look at this video and then Lord we continue the discussion. We don't start today. Like I say, we discovery get for focus mainly on this. We might share a few other discoveries that will happen. We'll go straight into the YouTube channel for just make like people then see what will be discovered. But today, this particular program will focus on this, and we pray for all the one them we don't find themselves as victims for say, you know what, this don't happen. You know, we hope say we learn from this. We hope say the soul rest in perfect peace. And you know, a sad one for Sierra Leone. This particular month of August has been a challenging one for
This now looking town up this by Wongotong here. I think this incident happened this morning. This spot, we can cover 2 hosts there. We don't fall dead of. I think like about 5 people that are left inside this body. We right now with the care for food. Now look it up by Libawataya. And I come back by Masarili. I did this theater don't happen now. We will try for fete and we will get too much material. So we call on the fire force team for the fusion Al-Kudus, you pack it. So the team go up now. Let call on this number 077 86 34 10. Me and my man's the talk CSV. Please, you come by look in town. Yeah. By Al-Kudus, I don't know go stop. Let the Moscow come by Al-Kudus stop there. Yeah, the team go come up.
So as we all see two of the clips then we come to me earlier on, the team definitely they on ground go try for give we a full discovery of waiting happen, but this video don't they go around social media, and we believe say it makes sense for make we viewers them understand say this they happen, and I still get another video. We'll see the other one where that's speaking where them be for but before then other people die because of that. So because of this particular gravel way take place now the area. So as I try for share the video, I will continue for talk and bring the comment in if you feel say you want for the part of the live program. Please let know. You can call me na that WhatsApp line within our Facebook page, so that we can incorporate your voice now the program, or you can also ask. I can share the link where you go click on and come and join the program live. So I believe say there's one other video where I've been trying for. I will incorporate if I able forget them. If not, we will continue the discussion on the discoveries them. Okay, so it seems like I not send the other one, but I will do that while the program continues. But for the one them already join me right now, as soon as they see this now waiting happen, this now looking down.
This by Wongo here. I think this incident happened this morning. This support, they can't cover 2 hours there. We don't fall dead of. I think like about 5 people that are left inside this box. We right now with the by Libawa Tire. When I come back by my lane, I did this tear don't happen now. We would try for fete and we will get too much material. So we call on the first team. So the car is the car FD. Because you must go park na Al-Kudus. You must go by Al-Kudus, you park down there. So the team go up now. Then I call on this number 077 86 34 10. Me and my man's the talk CSV. Please, you come by look in town. Yeah. By Al-Kudus, I don't must go stop. Let the must come by Al-Kudus stop there. Yeah, the team go come up.
Okay. Thank you all. Welcome to the program. Everybody, we just join. We welcome each and every one of you now for join. Again, the conversation they continue on the particular discovery way now the mudslide, the flooding now we country Sierra Leone. And feel free for give your own take. This come from Queen while we play that videos then where they go right now around social media, and as I say, the team they on ground they try for capture the current situation, but we get for make sure say themselves safe as they therefore visit these different communities, then also for bring with the up the current discovery in the country where it comes to this flooding, this mudslide, this one we don't take life them again. We continue for pray and ask for religious leaders them for make sure say them continue for pray with we the citizens them and talk to we fellow citizens then at the country for avoid communities them where really they cause this type of things them for their life, picking them. Look how that small picking where then they try to get them out there. The other thing where they come to my mind, ask them, they try to get that young picking they out of that, grovel or that mud day. I said, God, be I'm not broke in hand, I'm not broke in limb. Like I was just like, that shovel where they go on. What if the shovel continue to and go cut, you try for rescue somebody, but at the same time you go and wound that person. And that we dey go through me mind. But I thank God, with the hope say speaking, they able for crime go na the hospital. I believe say they don't take some victims them na the Rokupa government hospital, and with the hope say the treatment centers and they ready for this type of disaster, because every hospital get for be ready for natural disasters them, where they happen na the country wherever you they live. It happen in other countries them, but the good thing here, Queen Imbe say, I'm so angry about our leaders. No shame. Love for nation, integrity is far away from our land. Now somebody where really care about in country, therefore begin they cry out, like this to the leaders them, for make them self calm and see how they will really help we for make sure say them put systems in place, drainage system we they ask for, way for ban, this type of living community, like people that not live in their community. Government get right for say, you know what, this community not safe, this environment not safe. Because of that, not to a place where we for approve anybody for buy land or for build now. So if we really strong in that way, be able for continue for be that strong as a nation, we leaders then put them foot down and say, no, you cannot live here, because you know what, and we are only for cut trees then for begin to build at this place, because when I do that, what thing they happen, they repeat the same thing over and over and over again, and that's not what we want to see happening in Sierra Leone. And this is a cry for our nation, a cry for our people, a cry for the leaders to stand up, and so that they can do the right things for Sierra Leone. Our nation is going through a lot. People are saying right now, because we listen at different platforms, people then they say, well, this law not politicize them, this not to government not get the problem. Me now, me opening statement say, people versus government where it comes to mudslide flooding issue na the country. I know they say na the government no more responsible, but government get a pivotal role for play where it comes to issues like this. Look what in they happen. If we didn't get the proper drainage systems then at the country, and we develop areas them where it be say people then will go there and live now then countries they are, so you not feel safe. People that not go come and congest na Freetown, feel saying that they no more than for able to make money. We get both as a district or a town on its own, whichever way we want for interpret that. We see America, we get these 50 states, right? Each state they look like the same. If you go now one state is similar, and people where they live now Europe, where they live now Australia will tell you. You go now this part of if now Sydney, you did part, you did now Melbourne, you did now the other side and then talk back to America back. If you then now New York, you go now Washington DC, you go now any of the state, Jersey, Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania. Similar things, and anything where you want, you're able to get on the other state. If we're able to create that way, that enabling environment, trust me, people that they can't choke up now Freetown. Freetown, if you look at beside the fact saying and at the capital city, if you compare Freetown to other side, whether not the north and provinces now the country, you see the difference. For say, I prefer for live na the other side of it than I live na Freetown as the capital city. Because you want a place where open, where spacious, right? Take them from Jue, going towards Waterloo, Rokel. Look at the way the structures, how they build na that area, then they compare to how they build where it comes to like the inside, the western, area part, right? Juba, the other side, and take a look at the landscape. Take a look at how the people then they build their houses then now, and how them be done they build. So Lunge, when at the other side where we airport there, now place for like people then live, but how them go live there? You get to make sure say hospital then they now then communities there so them different place there so. right? So Queen Awa say, I cried when I watched this video. Listen, same here, same here. And again, it's really, really tough for now they see this they happen. And an office say we where they can't talk about issues them where they affect we can't not get nothing for do. No, we do. If you don't care about you can't you need to voice your opinion. But we hope and pray say government the land from this. We hope and pray say will take measures them for ensure say this will happen so it not continue again, because it don't happen multiple times and it happen all the time for raining season. This is the issue of the government for me, for trust, trust issue, right? If they stop the people from living in those places, this will stop. Absolutely. Absolutely. We get land them where them able for construct. Low cost housing. Low cost housing and say now you are mandated. Sometimes you get for use strict measures them for make you citizens them understand we'll say you they come out. For them not say because you life they at stake, they make and they put them kind tough measures they are so in place. You don't sell land to people them where say that land they if flood come, then will lost their life. Right? Sell them kind land and they. Number one. Number two, say if you citizens then die, they're not going to contribute to society. That's now one other message again to we leaders them. For put them foot down and say, you know what? Because we know say it's not a place for let you live, we don't want you now. We dey try for create a place, una can live in that kind areas they are so, but not to this particular one. So that come from leadership. Really, now leadership now get them kind of stuff. Then they for let people understand say the strict measures that we them put in place now for their own good. But you get to communicate with the citizens them. Then we go into the statement about creating the environment for make sure say the people them definitely will able for go now other town, Bo, Kenema, Moyam, all these other places, McKinney, any side where you want for leave, put local, but where they then we'll go now hospital, then get schools them, then get the things and where they will want for get the capital city. Meaning if you want a voter's registration ID, you want passport, you want for apply for certain things them where the buildings them or the offices, then there's nowhere to find those offices. It will make sense for make government now say, we they try for mobilize these things to the provinces. Where if you say somebody no need for drive more than 2 hours for go na that office day. So if you can able for do that, I believe say the government in government out no plan. That's the come from Queen Hour. So feel free for come with the comments them, and like I say, we definitely go waiting. I will do now. They copy the link. If somebody want for come and join, we can join or can give you a call. We look forward to everybody for make them go take part. If you feel say you go on for coming, this now the link where I don't send. If you want for join, definitely feel free. Either you can come through the Facebook or the day right now on KID-AFAN Salone Discoveries Facebook page, as well as we on KID-AFAN, Discoveries and Salone Discoveries with KID-AFAN. This is now the link. If you want for join the live and give your own voice, you can do that. When people are demonstrating, this they come from Queen. They say when people were demonstrating, they turn the internet off immediately. Now we in a no more easy. I see more than just that. Like the day where the CNN interviewed the information minister. Oh God, the network being so bad, you didn't even hear anything they say. So when people were demonstrating, they turned the internet off immediately. Now we want your immediate intervention. Yes, please, please, please. our leaders, the ONS, you know, the people that went at the rescue team, we they really ask for let una come, you know, the national disaster management team, let una go na the forefront, because this na the sacrifice where we for make as a nation. Because if we can able for do that, we definitely they help in how we can improve things in our country, Sierra Leone. As we continue for see if we comment then they come in, I think we will try for see how we will go. This now the link where I don't share. If anybody want for join the program, feel free for hit that link there, and I will accept you for coming to the live, and then you give your own take. That's now waiting we want for do today. This now a live program, and also feel free for comment so that we will share your thoughts. Then we can to waiting we do. So we currently on Restream, in a way they stream for we live on Facebook and YouTube. And we thank each and everyone for waiting they join me today, and to with sister Queen from Aussie land, and with brothers and sisters them back we join we today. We thank una all, and feel free for add your voice to this program here. So today, while we wait for additional thoughts and comments, I want to say one thing. I dey na New York. I move na a place where na like they call Hudson Valley, right? Hudson Valley meaning, you know, the place now, so the valley, you drive, you know, now me know some side and they say why the drive network no dey. I want to say that. Then you know, the water, you know, the place, this area kind of, you know, surrounded by water. So where you want build house now, so or where you want buy house now, the bank they ask certain questions. If the area where they buy this house now a flood area, then they require for let you get a flood insurance. And I believe say this now the same thing now many Western world, right? Because bank now they lend you money where they no say, you know, something go wrong, you know, now then go suffer the consequences. Because meaning you go probably go and say you go file for bankruptcy. Wait, file for bankruptcy, waiting happen, you know, then you no need for pay them, right? So now that now the concern to the banks them. Before they loan you for let you able for pay you mortgage. Because hey, I tell you now, you not like Salone where you don't bill you say now you get them. Here they pay the mortgage, pay for insurance them, pay for other stuff them, you know, where you need for pay for, you know, where you need for pay for ensure say God, I'm telling you, you get for pay for a flooding insurance. If that area then find out, then they even send a survey. Then they even wait for waiting you they tell them. Not waiting you they tell them and they listen to no. Then get a young person. Then get a young person wait for go and now say, oh, we don't do the survey in this community or in this area. You know, the environment is safe, it's conducive, not to a flood area, not to an area where they cause like California, then get like this fire, wildlife fire, you know, then they ban people then not for do certain things and stuff, you know, now Australia, now California state. So then New York and other states then we water boku, then they say, you know what, forget flood insurance. So we on the other hand, we will talk about systems, we will talk about measures, we will talk about things that even the bank, because you know say now money, you know, unless you go, you buy post and then something will happen, then what thing there for happen at that light, you know, now then don't loss, so then they require for let you pay for a flood insurance. Now the community where you buy a house or get a property, because they want to make sure say then the money then get them back. You know, as I be talk, we say exactly. Now they happen now. They need to make sure that their loan is safe and risk-free. Yep, I'm telling you, you know, for me first, you know, like where we don't go, the host they don't bill and everything, then say they send their own survey, they for make sure say everything correct, you know. a brand new household, they need for make sure say the money safe. The money need for safe. You know, hello, like yeah, welcome. With brother Ali just to join. We don't share a link. If you want for join with program live, you can join. And then we can get Idina na the link list la just share la highlight them again. See this link available for make you go join the program live. Timothy they join we from Dubai. Thank you for joining the program. Thank you. Let's see how I can able for share some of we other contents then today and not feel say we go even talk on other issues, but just for make people that know say we didn't get that particular discovery day we happen now we week of discoveries them. We will try for bring everything on board. And today currently the team day now on ground for make them go share or tell we wetin really they happen na the country. We've been deal with something early the week we get for deal with waste management. Let's see if I'm able to actually share this with we members them. So I will be sharing that screen.
Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs Conference Hall. As today we come for to discover exactly what in the Ministry of Tourism gets for say in the press conference we can call in relation to happenings in the beach. That is the seaweed and the filth. Waiting the cause them. What in they don't do for stop them. Then the whole press conference together with the Ministry of the Environment. So follow me as we discover exactly what in the Ministry of Tourism and Culture together with the Ministry of Environment get for say.
So I'm very pleased to invite you here today. We know we have been seeing photos and videos making the rounds on Facebook, and those photos and videos have been depicting negative image of this country. It appears as if the tourism sector, considering the fact that we are host or we are the landlord of some of the beachfronts, as if we are the ones responsible for some of those menaces that we are faced with. I'm talking about the seaweed that appears on our beaches. I'm talking about the high volume of filth that we have on our beaches. And we do know that efforts have been made over the years to this ministry, the National Tourist Board, and of course, with support of the government of Sierra Leone, who have been providing funding for us to do that. But this particular menace or this particular challenge is incommensurate to the effort that we are to inform you, to be able to sensitize you, for you to help us to inform.
Ensure that we enjoy the value of our mountains, our rivers, our estuaries, our islands. That can only happen when we have a very good environment. So what happens is that when we have heavy rains, when we have high tides, all of them deposit on the beaches. And we have people in Sierra Leone, some of them, the only time when they will dispose of their waste is when it's raining. They tell you, oh, the rain will take it away. But you have not been able to ask, if the rain takes it away, where is it going to end? So for most of our people, what they do is that when it's raining, they have to put all their waste and their garbage in the waterways. And at the end, when you have high tide and when you have heavy pressure of rains moving them into the sea, it ends up on the beaches. That is precisely the situation. So what this means is that if you have high deposit of waste on the beaches, in addition to the seaweed, what are you going to expect? You're going to expect a beach that is filthy, a place that is stinky, and then also you are going to have a very unpleasant environment. So in terms of dealing with the effects of the deposition of those on the beaches or maybe on the islands, it is good for us to look at the sources as to where these problems are coming from. Because we can employ people, we can bring the seaweed barber, but if the process of depositing the waste does not change, it's unending. And there is no way you are going to have that amount of human energy and capacity to be cleaning every 2 hours. Every hour you remove one set, another set comes in. You remove one set, another one comes in. It's very, very burdensome. And there is no way, whether it's a government, an NGO, a civil society, you are going to marshal that level of human capacity and resources to be doing it hourly. That is just the reality of the thing. So what we are trying to say to the public is that we are asking of them to be responsible in terms of waste disposal, for them to be able to support the process in terms of how we deal with waste management. Because at the end of the day, if all those communities around Freetown, within Freetown, let's say over 60% of them do not have proper waste disposal process, and then all of them end up in the sea thinking that the sea will take it away, but it ends up on all the beaches, there is a disaster for us. So there is a potential problem. So one way in which we can be able to address that is to talk to people like this through the media, so that they become very much aware that the way in which you are depositing your waste, you are not actually depositing the waste. You are not actually disposing the waste. You are actually depositing the waste on the beaches and the islands. And so when we have these kinds of problems, people need to be aware that what being deposited there is not being deposited by people who necessarily go to the beaches. If there are people who necessarily go to the beaches or to the islands for entertainment or for tourism, the waste that can be generated are waste which maybe some of those institutions can even be able to manage, and through our own cleaning activities we can be able to do it. But when we have this huge dump of waste during the rainy season that stays on those beaches and it comes every hour, it becomes big problematic. It becomes difficult for us to manage. So one of the things I want to say is that we have to collectively, as a nation, we have to take responsibility for this. In as much as government and then maybe some NGOs like Propel are doing quite a lot of work around this. But it's also good for us to be able to have that level of information and education that depositing things on the waterways, in the gutters, ends up on the beaches. And if it ends up on the beaches, if you want to go along the beach or Toke, you are going to get the impact, because the smell, the filth is also going to affect you. And
Okay, Fambudem, that's now being Dr. Memunatu Pratt, Minister of Tourism, now we country Sierra Leone. And we believe, say, it be important, especially waiting they go on right now for make we go share that particular discovery day where we been follow the press conference where Ishmael that is Bangura been covered for we with Isaiah Cargo. We want to say plenty thank you to them. And as we don't listen to it, it is say this press conference happened right before we think management in the country, the things and way we for do as citizens then for ensure we get proper waste management in Sierra Leone. If we get glitches in network, not sure why, but it looks like the network is okay on this end. Today we will continue for certain discoveries then where we go share. And while we there at that, feel free for comment about the current state where we at right now. As you see next to the other screen, now the flooding, the mudslide, this not flooding. Then if we don't share video of videos and where they be shared to where they go around social media about waiting currently don't happen now we country now looking town community. Where people then, the mud come, it destroy the house, people then inside the people then die. We are waiting Dr. Memuna to talk about, in how we go able for ensure say we get proper waste management in the country. And as citizens them, we self need for stop for the two dirty in our street. We need for stop for the two dirty and gutters them. We need for the stop for the two dirty where rain come. Feel saying that the only way down there for mobilize the garbage or the trash them. But when you do that, you put them then garbage or then trash, then they go inside we water system. And if you think about water, where they drink or where they wash with or where they cook with, or even the fish them, all the things the way they eat where they come inside the water. If we contaminate that process, they will contaminate that particular environment, the way they get we living from. I believe so we affect we self as individuals, and we affect we nation as a whole. So if you not be don't watch that Discoveries Day, I'd encourage you for let you go now Salone Discoveries YouTube channel as well as AFANDiscoveries, where we share so many discoveries them over this week. While we did at that, comments can where I will talk about, flood insurance and things them where for happen where you want for build a property now the United States or any other part of the Western world. Because the bank they want for make sure say the money they able for vouch say even if flood happen, they can still pay, their money back, or they can still get the money. If you decide for go bankrupt, when you decide for go bankrupt, they no one feel like say, you know what, oh, then they at a loss. No, that's over when they do business, they put insurance for everything. If you not pay that insurance for pay, even motorcar, where you go get accidents are the same thing. Things them business, you business them, they want to insure that and they. So now there's systems there so we can call on government for put their systems there in place so that people them now we country go know and learn from. And while doing that, trust me, if you look at some of them things that I would recommend, now wait for generate income now the country, now wait for create job now the country. So as we learn from other country, then we for learn for implement the things that we they learn. It's not just good for like they admire waiting somebody they do now in country, and then why we don't admire, not get way for how for implement them to the systems them now the country. In Australia, you cannot build a 2 stories house in an area where the governmental agency have said you can only build a flat house. That is accurate because I know, I'm going to Australia. I can even ask me what are them. What to make now so you can only build one flat? Now because of the laws then are in country. And now that people and they go by, then they just go and grab now and build anything where they want for build. They have to follow waiting, the government say. Waiting the agencies and the talk, waiting are the recommendations and the one that we study about land and property and infrastructure, where they give recommendation based on science, based on, things and we don't happen for avoid disaster, for avoid things and we will continue for create issues them. So with that again, we see want to welcome all the one that will join me. Thank you for joining the program and feel free for comment. Say that be the come from Queen because instead of in leave, say it again, madam. Don't just say it. Put a system in place where if you fail to do the right thing, the law will catch up with you. Trust me. Yeah, so the law they catch up, they catch up big time. Something and they even ask yourself, how come mortal man they afraid the law pass, God will creator? Because sometimes they see because then they afraid the law and go even lie. They didn't talk the truth. That's not just an example. In Australia, we say stop it or cop it. if you don't stop the wrongdoing, the law will come at you, because waiting, they don't give you tickets. Yeah, you know what they happen if they don't give you tickets. You know, if they don't give you tickets, what's in there for end up happening to you? You don't go on a court, you go and go defend yourself. Go defend yourself. Yeah, we don't defend yourself. If you say another no more, you know they win self. Sometimes they see the police and the people the way they try to get you money, then they not talk. You know, then you not so. No focus on what they happen at Salone. I'm just to tell you. Sometimes they tow you motor car, because if you get multiple tickets, then the violations, then they tow you motor car, then you go pay for clear the motor car, you pay for clear the storage, and also you pay the fine. I know people the way it all happened to over $1,000, just the talk, you know. So this they come off from God's favor to KID Tina. It says Sierra Leone lacks drainage system. You know, there's more work to do, you know, or to be done. That is the expansion of drainages and effect and efficient repairs of our old and damaged roads. Absolutely agree on that. And we don't dwell on that in the beginning here. Say we drainage system, if we can able for fix some, I believe say some of the things that we can able for prevent them. If government able for stand firm and strong and create environment for that people to move. Where they move that way, we be able to say to the people that now say, you know, hey, we be don't give a place, an opportunity for us to go able for live, so that when I live that place, they will make sure see this environment. Nobody not for buy land now, nobody not for live now. Make sure say Bo, Kenema, put lock up, put jail. You know, Kono, all the other districts then our country put lock up, you know, where, you know, Lungere part of, right? So that side, that districts, they can able for develop, people then will move there. That way, we not will depend on just Freetown, because now they all the offices then they for you apply for passport documents, them things them where you need, say you need pass, you go all the way within town. Come on, Sierra Leone, I think we could do better. Government, not to una no more this trip. And obviously what they say now, the people themselves for listen, but una get a role for play. Una get the key role for play for prevent something like this from happening. Then even in the Western world, we can try to fall out, you know, with the law, but strong laws make the difference. Put the system in place, simple. Trust me, when you put this system in place, you when are the leader, you will be so happy. People are afraid the law. But if you not put the systems, and then you they at this point, people will always bash this government not they do this government not they do that. These governments go do this. If they do and right, trust me, the people that will begin learn. Solomon will afraid. We know that they say we afraid. You know, we can make translation no more, but we afraid the law. So please, we beg and we ask we leaders them. Thank you very much for the great contribution from everyone, and to his sister where they give we, you know, vast knowledge of some of them in there. So for continue for engage the program queen. You know, in Australia, if you even cut a tree that is in your compound, the law will come at you. Hey, God, you see, as one for travel overseas, look what them put in place. Go cut. We need systems, definitely. Then Queen they give me that gist from Australia, say they will cut the trees where you plant like compound or where you go meet the government they come for you. Interesting and nice one. Thank you very much. And oh God, I not fall into those victims. You don't know, get that comment, the big star. She's like, I like that. And then another star. Oh, Queen, you been talk about stars the last time. Just because I've been find out, I think you forget 1,000 followers for that Facebook allow you for the give stars. So I will don't find out on that, you know. Total green environment. Okay, let's see what else we want for share now as a discovery while we try for round up the program. But today we program really focus on the actual problems them where we face as a nation and waiting happen today now Sierra Leone. You know, it's really sad for no say we country with all waiting we do, we not get proper system now we country, we not get proper drainage systems them where they go on. Okay, we can do YouTube. Yes, thank you, sis. You know, that's not been recommendation, suggestion where Queen Bingi say for the do the stars them, you know, that way they we can able for you know, we can able for try and we best in terms of how um, we can support the team and all that. Thank you for that recommendation day. You know, so I believe they will be get some discoveries and we come. I will see if we will before get then discoveries and they on board because we get like not much, but we will try for continue for with the program. The program still they live. Just they try for share another video for make people then see say we been get discoveries them and then discoveries they are so important for make we share them and especially one for that waste management. We appreciate waiting come up from the Minister of Tourism because if we can able for excuse me, if we can adhere to some of them things and they I believe say we can definitely prevent certain things and from happening now the country Sierra Leone. So once I get this coverage coming, I will share them. But please don't forget here I don't share a link and this link at the highlight time again. You know, for the one that we just joined with at the program, you want for take part, you want for join we live, please feel free for come in for let you give a word or two or call the WhatsApp line where we get which I will actually read this number to people them if they know if they can call through WhatsApp once say, but I think we get enough people them for you know with the comments them already come. We appreciate all these comments, these feedback. Let's see what else is actually in our content page where we want for share with people then. Another thing we happened today now the way I will try for let's see if I can share this video we don't put them out today.
Hello, viewers. Today, Wednesday, the 24th of August 2022, we did a standard bureau conference hall as filmmakers them from all over the country. They camp at a consultative meeting for the film policy organized by the Ministry of Information and Communication. This particular program na program where filmmakers they all over the country don't wait for a very long time, and today only then see that a step in the right direction as then they can do a consultative meeting with the next post it will be validation, and after validation it go to cabinet stage, and after cabinet stage it will go for parliament as a bill, and later it go turn law. This particular policy now a policy where filmmakers then don't wait for a very long time. Today the Ministry of Information they can host filmmakers then from all over the country as they can do a consultative meeting on the particular film policy. So we go inside for discover exactly what go happen here today, so they expect big dignitaries them for take part by this particular consultative meeting. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister of Information and Communications, Mohamed Rahman Sorry, the Special Advisor on Strategic Communications, the Office of the President, Dr. P.K. Mwana, representatives from the various film industry organizations, representatives from MPAs, Ministry of Trade, representatives of the Ministry of Trade, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Sincerely speaking, looking at where we've come from, if somebody should have told me that we'll be here to start the real process in terms of achieving a film policy, I would have said no, because we have met several disappointments. All of us here understand what I'm saying. We have been lied to many times. This is the first time we have seen a physical reality. We must be happy and clap for ourselves for the patience we have exercised. We are but supportive towards governance and government policies. We know exactly the essence of having an enabling environment for filmmakers and having a legal framework to guide the industry, which we have always yearned for. We have never ever gone to the government to request for financial help. We only wanted this tool to enhance our capacities in terms of creating a legal framework for us to operate. At this point, we have, by the time we get a film policy, which is a very huge leap towards having a film act, I implore all of us to make very good use of it. At some point, the industry was very divided, like every other industry. When Nollywood started agitating to have a film policy, it took them 28 years to achieve it. We have been in this struggle for barely 10 years. I'm very grateful to this government for that. And like I
be responsible. Let us realize this is the only country we all have. If we tear it apart, you will not be able to practice. So the same message for you, filmmakers. Most of the people who were key participants, I'm not talking about those who funded, I'm not talking about those who organized, I'm not talking about those who unleashed. The real guys who were in the theater are young people. So probably we want to talk about empowering the film ecosystem so that we are all able to preach messages of law and order, peace and security. Because all of the countries we admire around the world, we want to go to the US, we want to go to Australia, Canada, these countries are all built on a solid foundation, solid bedrock of peace, stability and democracy. Not so? Yes. So
Ambudem, welcome all the one that we just joined. We want to say welcome to now all, and also thank you all for the the comments. We don't come. This one come from Queen Hawaii. Say these sanitary officers will visit houses to inspect the drainages, toilet system, and so on. Yeah, that's if we get proper system, and then if you say there was no sanitary system before, now it is no more, right? So we get to first put the systems in place, and that way they will be able for help. This one they come from Amana to Sanusi, where they say, happy blessed Sunday to you all, famble una do, how una they do. Hey, today that Creole, I don't eat, I'm fine. When I know say the Creole text, then I got to take me time, man. So now forgive me for that. Pressure, pleasure, Dr. Isaac. Thank you, sis. With that, I've been share that film, the National Film Consultative Meeting we them been get, for talk about the film policy in Sierra Leone. As soon as I know this thing also we can to the discoveries and what we do. We want to talk about the film industry. We know say today we gear and focus strictly on the mudslide and the flooding we happen at the country. We continue for pray and hope say systems and go there in place we will really help in how we go able for solve the issues then our country Sierra Leone. So we see where the Ministry of Information, along with filmmakers, them, chair members, them, where we've been shared that Discovery Day yesterday night. If you not watch them, you're not a filmmaker, you're not somebody waiting into the entertainment industry and foresee how, this policy get for affect you and how important for make we develop this type of policy for help the industry for grow. We want to tell Ishmael, thank you for where you do that Discovery Day for we, and also we hope say this new policy will help. And we see who said the Minister of Information when Abdul Rahman Soare will find himself now the hot seat with CNN and how we not be able to forget everything at a way we will make we proud as a nation. But hey, this one even says something very important. We talk about peace, unity in a way for how we will include certain things them for help we country for growth. So with that being said, we go look for another discovery. Thank you very much for the emojis. Says I think some emojis that not they allow me for share. Like the BB one, they not they allow now. But I think when I read in our Facebook, go see them, it's nice, and we appreciate them. And be the change indeed, be the change and be grateful. Now they come off from Amana to Sanusi where they join we want to say thank you. And again, we don't get recommendations them where we don't highlight now, from Queen, from God's Favor, from Tina, from we brothers, them Ian, as well as myself, they vouch and they hope and pray say government listen in how they were able for put measures them in place for help we country Sierra Leone. One thing where I want for share before we end the program as we come to the 1 hour 30-minute mark, where now the voters registration, because I believe say that is important for make we go share something like that to the people them that way they not go make that kind of mistake, when it come to election time, because it's very important for make we understand say we country now we get for make the voice be heard through we voting registration, and that not the only way out. And we also do that discovery the way I want to share with the viewers them, and as we not being able for focus on any other thing today, given waiting really they go on now we country. So with that being said, I believe say we as a nation therefore know say what important for make we address the kind thing so and not come with solutions them recommendations them we will help we country as a whole. Okay, so as this day go into I will share this screen and then we'll continue for
Hello viewers, me na Justice EM Tijan, and this is your program Salone Discovery. Presently, we're in at the Brookfield Hotel, Usai, the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. They launched the 2022 voter registration exercise. We there also can discover how the process here they carry on. They with we as we discover this together.
Receipts at each registration center. This is the receipt. We also advise that if registrants appear at the center and they have a mobile phone, we advise that they take a screenshot of the back. This one is readable. And we're having a special device that will read that. So after your registration, your receipt. So if you have this receipt in your phone, it's safer. So this is the process for the new, for those citizens whose details are already on the civil register. I will now take you through those citizens whose details are not. Kit is a familiar kit. You will not go through it. and click search. So, new voter, we click on new voter. There will be a receipt from the kit. That receipt number is 18-digit receipt number. Enter the 18-digit receipt number here and here. The system will compare this entry here and this one here. If it doesn't match, the system will ask that you repeat the process. So when this is done, the name, gender, age, date of birth, then the phone number, physical status, and address. So this will be the process for the new registrant. After they have been registered by the single, the VIU kit operator, they will be sent back to the VPK operator, the laptop, and their details will be captured here. The system will generate the same receipt we saw just now. So we also ask that the new registrant take a photograph of that receipt. So basically, this is the process of the voter registration. And at this point, I will ask our commissioner, Northern Region, to do a demo.
From them, that's now been the coverage or the discovery way we've been do. We get for deal with the voters registration now Sierra Leone, and we it come to the 2023 election. We know they far it is right around the corner. As we know today, now the 28th day of August 2022. So registration for voting now they begin September. You go register for votes that way you consent them, you go for make a decision where it can to the election term, and as we always say, Lord, try for be peaceful now we country, and we want to make sure say this election where they come will be peaceful, people them voice them will be heard, and then that way we can make a decision. We self get we own voice, for make a decision where we say, then go listen. Trust me, where we make our decision, then go listen. So we'll do a quick recap and a quick highlight. And even before we go for the one that we just join, we want for also bring this video back for season one picking being able to be able for rescue, and then they a devastating one. And where we the hope say they're able for recover more people them we get more people than we can be able for get out of that mud slide day. So now we see waiting at this discovery also, and that way we can go to the end of the program. It's too much for even the watch. I don't know. I just decided for share for the one that we join me later on. But that is sad. When I see the picking with belly, like how he look like, just like thinking of the process. Like I've been saying earlier, I've been afraid they will chop the picking head off or do something to the Peking way will be really injurious, even though they try for save the Peking. It's not a good one for look, And Asabi they pray. I'm going to say Amina, yes. And Queen Biddy said that's right. Then we say, oh, pray, praise to Allah, then be able to forget picking out. I hope say they're picking this safe wherever it is. We hope say the team on ground will definitely do a follow-up story, and at the same time we feel for the one that we lost life, and we hope say we learn again from this. We continue for learn from it. Thank you so much, the game changer. A big thank you to you and the team back home for your contribution. Thank you too, and I want to say thank you to now all we joined today. We either through our Facebook, on our YouTube channels, and we appreciate everybody for we then join the program and contribute. And we'll take this discovery for highlight exactly waiting we program all day about. We today on this now the image we'll be able for show with people that to with people that take and as we continue for round up the program now. So this now the weekly summary updates in discoveries where they come to you today live with me now Facebook and YouTube. We get two different YouTube where people then can join, and also they join with KID-AFAN Salone Discoveries. Salone Discoveries on YouTube, as well as KID-AFAN Discoveries on YouTube. Today, now the 28th day of August 2022, and we don't see waiting happen again. On the 10th, we know waiting happen now we country. On the 8th, we know waiting happen. This is my program where they come every Sunday. They highlight, they summarize the different discoveries them where we can do. This now waiting happen now we country today, Sierra Leone, and we hope say from based on the suggestions, them the recommendations, then where they go around now all the different social media platforms, them as we can see or we can hear, if we can go back to the comments, then we can we get great contributions them today, and we want for our government listen and take and say, what the suggestions then what they make now for make we country better. We don't want to see something like this where hosts then they drown within people and they die just because of I will not put with systems then together again. And we continue for say we do discoveries in different things them, and we office or we head office at Sierra Leone 56 Campbell Street. We get different things them we they offer where you did not turn reach out to we, and we can see how we can help us promote your business and also for do some things and for you. Different discoveries then can include health, fashion, Salone Morning Discoveries, Salone Discoveries where we don't share on our so today about voters registration, about the Sierra Leone consultative film policy, as well as the waste management, and then most of all the actual problem they go on now with country today. We're not being shared sports, but we get sport discovery, as well as we get the points inside the box and all the different entertainment discoveries them. So we focus today being geared towards what really they happen, but we get then TV series there, so we they play now YouTube channel. So if you know we don't watch, we encourage you for do that. This now production what we don't do, and we also they encourage people then for look out for them programs there, so we get for can to we. And as we continue, for talk about movie, we know say there's going to be a policy now we will really speak for the people that waiting into the movie industry in our country, Sierra Leone. And this now the trailer links them, as well as this now the YouTube channels that will they encourage everybody for join we, and then like, comment, and subscribe to the channel where you did it. And as we do that, we don't do teaching point, and also we encourage people them for take care of themselves and put themselves first and put everything else as a secondary. And we call on we leaders them for let them listen and make sure so they create an environment where people then will for relocate to, and ban areas then where they cause disasters like this and people then they lost their life. Because as we they remember, every time where people then die, it cost in the hearts of the people in Sierra Leone, as well as even you when the leader, will be happy for the see where then kind thing they happen. As we go comments come from Amana Tusanasi, where are rescue workers, government, Lord have mercy. Thank you for that contribution. We believe, say, that's something where we left for the yearly, follow the call on the government, call on the national, disaster management team for see how then self will able for come in. And Dr. Ice will continue for talk to people them about humanitarian work, and we encourage you for let you visit the website when at sncfny.org and see some of the things and where we don't do in that way we can able for help in how we can promote we country as well as do we own bits in the humanitarian aspect. And then another comment we just come in a way I will highlight, the mayor is calling for proper housing planning and building permits to be reviewed by the ministry responsible. Hope that mitigation strategies will work alongside the adaptation strategy. This they come from Mr. Usfriend Kamara. Thank you for that recommendation, and hopefully that information it goes sits well with the one that we're responsible stakeholders with a call on una, because we know say una gets una own for play where it come to things and we get for deal with we country in development, and that way we can continue for see, what we want for see change now we country. We don't want for the see where people then they die in Sierra Leone. A very sad for see then kind of it happen, and then we come every day in day out for talk about them. And why make we talk about then issues there? So we feel say we care and love we country Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone are the land that we love. The home, where it be say we ask for peace, unity, and freedom and justice in the country. Because with that, it can really help in how we can promote change, we can promote development, we can promote how people then will live in a better environment. They are busy fighting each other, but we hope say that's not continue, that they will listen to we. And we were the kind of social media platform, we know they do this for try for create issue for the nation, but rather we try for send we own message, we own way in how we will for contribute to the development, and the peace in the nation. And this way happens, so we continue for pray, say, may the Almighty Allah, guide and protect we citizens and we brothers and sisters them, and come to we rescue and intervene and give we leaders and we get wisdom, and the heart for Sierra Leone. Because most of the time we can see we fail for see that happening in our country. We tend to get leaders and we just want come and do them time, and the first 5 years, wait, what is there for make una will really tell we say una don't do this, this way una do so it help in how the country go develop. So as we round up the program, we want for say plenty thank you to all man we join with today, especially una the viewers them, for una time and attention, and to the team na Sierra Leone, we want for say boku thank you. And when you did our program or we did our channel, don't forget for like, comment, subscribe to the channel, as well as give you suggestion, give you feedback, because we believe say in doing so we can able for help in improving things then when it comes to the news or the things that we they bring out to the viewers them. We they do discoveries them because we feel say discoveries them we matter na Sierra Leone, discoveries them we matter to the people them where they live across the globe, for let them know say what we discover this, we want for share them with una way they listen. Thank you very much, everyone. As we end the program, have a blessed week ahead. And this now program will come to you every Sunday. And we know I'm for make una forget for say, what, we go there again. We will bring una updates, and we will continue for updates on a daily basis as we get for come to the end of the week. We'll come up with a summary where this will help we for really guide we. And then I'm gonna actually say thank you, Dr. Aisatu, ma'am, and to me fambu them. God bless you now all for the great job. Have a restful evening. Tata, stay safe. Amen, amen, amen. So this they come up from Amana to Sanusi, and also for now always take time. Can Lord we discuss. Lord we give recommendation. Lord give solutions them to we people them in the country. We want for say thank you. We team want for say thank you, and thank you to Mr. house friend for that comment. And also we want to say boku thank you to his sister Queen Awa, where they say thank you so much, the game changer. A big thank you to you and your team back home for their contribution, and we will continue to do that. Have a good night, everyone. And everybody will join beginning to this point. We want to say thank you, and then we therefore go watch the program afterwards. We want to say boku thank you, Queen, and stay blessed. Thank you, Mr. Host friend Amanatu Kumbatawali, Ian, Timothy Aliu, Sylvia Roberts, Sila Kempta, and also Tina will join me and the try for think at the top of me, the one that we in comment, and for every one of you, I want to say good night. Have a blessed week ahead as we end the program.